Hi, I'm Corey.
And I'm Megan.
And in some not-so-small news...
This is what piqued our interest.
So this initially piqued our interest when it was quite a bit smaller, but has since blown up. Airbnb was canceling accounts that appeared to be connected to the Unite the Right rally in Virginia. Airbnb has this to say about those cancellations.
We asked all members of the Airbnb to affirmatively sign on to this commitment. When through our background check processes or from input of our community we identify and determine that there are those who would be pursuing behavior on the platform that would be antithetical to the Airbnb community commitment, we seek to take appropriate action including, as in this case, removing them from the platform.
This rally is a response to the Charlottesville City Council voting to remove a statue of Robert E. Lee in February, which is currently the subject of a lawsuit. Also, this is not the first time that there has been a rally for this cause. There was another gathering in May that was nowhere near this scale.
On Friday night, protesters gathered at the statue of Thomas Jefferson at the University of Virginia bearing lit torches. They were chanting, "Blood and soil and you will not replace us." They clashed with counter-protesters but left when police arrived and declared it an unlawful assembly because the permit for the rally was for Saturday.
The city tried to change the permit given to the rally to another park, citing safety concerns. A federal judge granted a temporary injunction allowing Saturday's rally to proceed.
Yesterday, a douchebag identified as James Alex Fields Jr. drove a car into a crowd of counter-protesters, killing one and injuring 19 more. He's now being held in a Virginia jail on suspicion of second-degree murder.
A photographer captured this douchebag earlier in the day with a group of Vanguard America, which is a white supremacist organization whose manifesto states things such as,
"An America based on the immutable truths of blood and soil. A multicultural nation is no nation at all, but a collection of smaller ethnic nations ruled over by an overbearing tyrannical state. Our America is to be a nation exclusively for the white American peoples who out of the barren hills, empty plains, and vast mountains forged the most powerful nation to ever have existed. Vanguard America stands indomitably opposed to the tyranny of globalism and capitalism, a system under which nations are stripped of their heritage and their people are turned into nothing more than units of cheap, expendable labor. Vanguard America and our nationalist allies across the Western world see a world of nations ruled by their own people, for their own people."
Vanguard America distanced itself with a tweet stating, "The driver of the vehicle that hit counter-protesters today was in no way a member of Vanguard America. All our members had been safely evacuated by the time of the incident. The shields seen do not denote membership, nor does the white shirt. The shields were freely handed out to anyone at attendance. All our members are safe and accounted for, with no arrests or charges."
The rally was organized by Jason Kessler. He and other alt-right leaders such as Richard Spencer, who you may have heard of before,
Hail Trump! Hail our people! Hail victory!
have been reacting to the violence at the protests by solely blaming the counter-protesters and claiming that the police didn't do their jobs.
This is kind of funny because the city wanted to change the location of the rally because they didn't believe the police would be able to do their jobs.
Kessler held a press conference today, but it didn't last long, mostly because the crowd just wasn't having it.
Indict for murder now!
The governor of Virginia declared a state of emergency and had this to say.
And I have a message to all the white supremacists and the Nazis who came into Charlottesville today. Our message is plain and simple. Go home. You are not wanted in this great Commonwealth. Shame on you.
President Trump responded with, "We are closely following the terrible events unfolding in Charlottesville, Virginia. We condemn in the strongest possible terms this egregious display of hatred, bigotry, and violence on many sides. On many sides. It has been going on for a long time in our country. Not Donald Trump, not Barack Obama. It has been going on for a long, long time. It has no place in America."
We think the best response to end this segment comes from Republican Senator Ted Cruz.
"It's tragic and heartbreaking to see hatred and racism once again mar our great nation with bloodshed. Heidi's and my prayers are with the loved ones of those killed and injured in the ongoing violence in Charlottesville. The First Amendment protects the rights of all Americans to speak their minds peaceably, but violence, brutality, and murder have no place in a civilized society. The Nazis, the KKK, and white supremacists are repulsive and evil, and all of us have a moral obligation to speak out against the lies, bigotry, anti-Semitism, and hatred that they propagate. Having watched the horrifying video of the car deliberately crashing into a crowd of protesters, I urge the Department of Justice to immediately investigate and prosecute this grotesque act of domestic terrorism. These bigots want to tear our country apart, but they will fail. America is far better than this. Our nation was built on fundamental truths, none more central than the proposition that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
What's your opinion on the Unite the Right rally? Let us know in the comments down below. Okay, let's end this on a brighter note, because we don't want to end this on a shit show that's the Charlottesville rally. So here's a swarm of butterflies at Crater Lake National Park in Oregon.
Piqued your interest, give this video a like. If you see something else that piques your interest that you want us to talk about, post it in the comments.
If you want to see more small or not so small news, hit that subscribe button.